Okay, safety training essentials. Carefully plan a relevant curriculum and be absolutely certain that you teach the drivers everything that you've planned in the curriculum. Just because you have a curriculum doesn't make it good. You have to have a curriculum that you teach the drivers and everyone the same, and they have to take a test and pass the test with 100% answer accuracy. Otherwise, you haven't trained him. If he misses a question on the test, he's proved to you you haven't trained him. He's got to be retrained. You must keep a copy of the curriculum that includes the date, the place it was used, and you must sign it. You must have a sign-in sheet that includes the heading listing the subjects taught, the place for each driver to print and sign his name and date it, and clip the sign-in sheet to the curriculum. If you don't want to do all of that, call Steve. They'll do it all for you. Use real-life examples, current trends to make the material relevant to the drivers. If it's not in writing, if it's not signed, if it's not dated, or if you can't find it, it simply didn't happen as far as the court is concerned. Next slide. Administer a quiz so you can document the drivers learn the material, can use it. The drivers must answer 100% correctly, and you must retain copies of both signed and dated tests. Give your drivers a well-planned handout that reinforces the training. Keep a copy that you have signed and dated in the office. What's that say? If it's not in writing, if it's not dated, it's signed and dated, it didn't happen. And let me add another one. It must be legible to be used in court. So make sure he signs it and prints his name both. Yes? Question. Remedial training and disciplinary essentials. You must have a written policy for both remedial and disciplinary training. You must retain a copy of the policy as well as a receipt signed and dated. You notice retaining a copy, filing it, putting it up. Usually the driver handbook is used for that. You must institute reasonable training commensurate with the infraction. And again, if somebody gets a ticket or a conviction for speeding, you don't want to train him for changing lanes. It has to be something that is qualified for what is for the infraction. Do not teach proper following distance as remedial training for a speeding ticket. If you cannot produce a signed dated copy of the training or the discipline, it did not happen. If you have to discipline a driver, you better also have remedial training. Do both. You never just discipline a driver without retraining. Okay?